Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Divorce-a-Palooza. What is a financial plan? Why is it necessary to have one? That's what I want to talk about today with my guest, the importance of having a financial plan and the benefits and what it's going to do for you. My guest is Lauren Connelly, and Lauren is a financial advisor for Vestor Capital. Lauren has been a financial advisor for 8 years. She joined Vestor last year and is part of the team. It's Lauren, Elaine, and Pete. And the three of them have a team where they focus on helping women in transition, people going through a divorce, and they do a financial plan and then manage your money if you choose. Now, I want to say before I introduce Lauren that I am a client of Vestor, and I've been a client for like 10 years almost. And I honestly want to say it has been such a wonderful experience. In fact, before recording this, I was telling Lauren that I was working with another company about something else, not a financial firm. And it was like a nightmare getting good service. Investor is the best. So, hi, Lauren.
Hi, Jackie. Thank you so much for the nice, warm introduction.
Well, I've always loved working with Elaine and Pete. And when you joined last year, like from day one, I just felt like you were a great fit and you're just all about that customer service and just really always positive, full of energy and willing to answer questions. So I really appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. That's so great to hear. That's exactly what drew me to Vester in the first place was just the people there are just so genuine and truly care about their clients. So it's been a great transition for me, and I've loved working with you and all of our clients at Vester.
Uh, okay, so let's talk about a financial plan. Now, my experience when I started working with Vestor, Pete and Elaine were like, we want to do a financial plan for you. And I'm like, no, that's okay. I don't need it. And they basically like kind of persisted until I did it. Lauren, it was a total game changer for me. I didn't know what I was spending. I didn't know what I was bringing in. I had no plan of how I was going to financially thrive over the next year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever. And it really was an eye-opening experience. So, do you ever get resistance from people like me saying, that's okay, I don't need a financial plan? And if so, what are the reasons they should definitely do that?
That's a great question. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone needs a financial plan, whether you're going through divorce or not. I think it's essential to have a plan in place again for anyone at any stage of your life, but to have an ongoing plan that you're reviewing and tweaking because just like your needs and goals are going to change throughout your entire life. And so, while we want to I think we're creatures of habit naturally, and we get used to operating a certain way, and not that that's necessarily wrong. I think we like to tell clients and new clients especially, it's focus on the goals. What is it that you're trying to accomplish, so that while you're going through a chaotic period, especially divorce, where there's so many emotions and other things going on that you need to focus on. Let this be the center of your focus and help kind of just drive that decision making so that you're kind of on autopilot. So I think, again, a lot of the times we look at what it is we're trying to accomplish, and it seems extremely overwhelming when sometimes all it takes is just a step back to see where you are so that, whether it's a small or large adjustment that needs to be made, it feels more attainable and it's something that you can measure.
Okay, so what does it look like to put a financial plan together? Do you ask the person to give you like all your statements and gather everything? What kind of information do they have to provide you to do a plan?
Yeah, again, a great question. I think sometimes that can be the most overwhelming part of the process for most of us. And so what we like to do is kind of help you organize it a little bit. It's really information gathering and just again, putting all the pieces together. So while it takes some time to, gather all those statements and fill out those spreadsheets, it's, we like to hold our clients' hands through that and help them, because a good foundation is really, what sets the tone for the plan. And the more accurate we can be, the better.
Okay, now I think you're right. I think the hardest part and why I didn't want to do a financial plan is it felt too overwhelming. Like I don't even know where to start. So I don't remember, this was 10 years ago, but do you guys have like a checklist where you help people like, okay, bank statements, this, and then at least you have some place to start. And she's nodding her head yes if you're just listening to this. So if you are thinking like, oh, it's too overwhelming, they're going to give you a checklist, and then they
Yes.
basically, once you give Vester all of the documents which you need for your divorce anyway, they're going to take care of the rest. Then it's pretty easy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, I'll back up even a step further. I think typically we'll start with an introduction call. We try to make it all three, Pete, Elaine, and I on the call, so that you get to meet everyone. And it's almost like dating in the beginning. We want to make sure it's the right fit, the right fit for you and the right fit for us, so that it's a mutually beneficial relationship. So we kind of talk through our process. We'll give a high, but we let you do most of the talking from the beginning. And then, from there, we kind of will help you gather a list of documents that, we'll want to collect from you, so we can do that introductory draft plan. So we have an initial base to kind of start a conversation from. So, once we have the introductory call, we send a follow-up with everything that we need from you. And we're good at helping gather those documents as well.
Okay, so you get the documents. Pete does all the numbers. He's so smart. I can't even, he intimidates me. All right. And then you sit down, the three of you, and this is what I remember from it. And it was kind of like, okay, here's what you have. If this, and this, here's what you'll have in 5 years. Here's what you'll have in 10 years. And Lauren, it made me really open my eyes and say, wow. And the first thing it did for me was I was like, wow, I need a job. I need money like for now. And really, it was the catalyst that made me go back to work full time. And it was the best decision I ever made. And so many wonderful things came out of it that have nothing to do with money, like confidence, a social life, feeling good about myself, appreciating my kids more. I mean, I could go on and on. But when you have these conversations after the financial plan, are people shocked? Are some people shocked? Are some people pleasantly surprised? Or some people like so upset? Or, and even if you are upset, at least now you know, so that you're not going to end up being like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be out of money in 6 months or something like that. So what's the reaction?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think we get every and all of those reactions. I think it's well, hopefully it's not where they're, they're extremely upset and disheartened, but we don't come
Hopefully it's
across that
not like
very
it was
often.
with
The whole
me.
point, the whole point is, again, to just set the tone. Where are we today? And I think, again, with all the decision making and having to gather all the information and documents, it's a lot to dig through and to analyze. And so again, that's where we come in. I'm a certified financial planner, as is Pete. And so, that's our job, is to dig through all of the details, and you get us the information. What we need from you is where are you trying to go? So what we like to do is work backwards, really. It's how do we help get you to where you are, or where you want to be, if you're not already there, or can we show you're already there and help you dream even bigger than that? So I think, Pete likes to say, and Elaine likes to joke as well, Pete's not a yes guy. He'll tell you no if he has to, but it's not that we're here to stop you from, living your life, or to make you feel uncomfortable about how much you're spending. It's just, we just want to know what it is that you want to accomplish, and figure out how to help you get there.
Okay, another thing about a financial plan, I heard you mention it earlier. You say we tweak it and update it. How often do you do that? And I'm sure you're gonna say, if something big happens, like a life event, like if someone gets remarried, they're getting remarried and we're going through, hopefully they're getting a prenup and or something like that, or there's a big life change, or do you just do it like every year? How does that work?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit different for every client, I think, and especially in the beginning of a relationship. Again, just like dating, you are not as sure what to expect. I think there's a little more hand holding, you're getting to know each other, and so you may meet more frequently. Typically with our clients, we at least meet once a year, kind of like your annual physical, going through making sure are we still on track? Is there anything that needs to change? Reviewing beneficiaries and making sure those updates are made if needed. But yes, and then there are those years and periods throughout your life that there are big events that happen, and that is our clients get very used to reaching out and letting us know when things are happening so that we know in the background can keep that updated, whether or not we're setting that time now to meet or it's something that we're just keeping on our radar. It's we're always in the loop. Sometimes you don't even know when there are things that may come up that could impact the plan. So it's just good to have a good working relationship and be comfortable with whoever you are working with.
Well, I
Um,
do have to say firsthand, Pete has a Calendly and you can set up a meeting with him for 15 minutes, a half hour, or an hour anytime you want if you have any question about anything. Elaine, I almost want to say she called me back from like Bermuda one time. And I was like, why are you calling me back? And she's like, oh, I was just thinking, I saw your email and I want. So she's amazing about that too. And that's really important because when it comes to money, people are very guarded and they want a response right away. So that's really nice. And the other thing I was going to say is I can't even count the number of times I have called them with things like, okay, I want to move into a new place. Can I afford this? My son's going to college. I have no idea what I'm doing here. And they really take the time to talk with you for as long as you want and help you. Pete has actually talked to other people that I want to do business with and had conversations for me just to save time and then said, yeah, I think this is a good deal. You should do it. So I really wanted to mention that because Vester really is such a service oriented organization and so appreciate. So I'll give you the last word. If somebody is thinking of getting a financial plan, but they're concerned because they don't know if they want to know. It feels too intimidating. What's your advice?
Knowledge is power. Just knowing where you are and where you could help you think about where it is that you want to be.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Knowledge is power. And when you get a financial plan, I want to tell people who are watching, you might be intimidated, scared of what you're going to find out. You will feel so empowered that you at least now, and now you have the power to do something about it. And you will feel so good. And I just can't say enough about the importance of really learning. I think there are a lot of people listening who in their marriages, they were not in charge of the money. They left everything up to their husband, and now they're getting divorced and they're feeling intimidated and they're ashamed because they don't know anything about the market or how to invest. Listen, if you went to high school, you can learn this. It's not that hard, and you will feel so empowered and so much happier that you now have control. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree. And again, it goes back to that financial plan and putting those goals that you have in your future at the center of everything.
Lauren, thank you so much for taking time to be on Divorce-a-Palooza.
Thank you for having me, Jackie. It's been wonderful.
And tell everyone who's watching how they can get in touch with you if they want to set up a consultation.
If you'd like to set up a consultation, you can send us an email or give us a call. My email is lconnelly, Connelly, @vestercapital.com. Or you can call me directly at 773-802-5079.
Love it. And you can also find Elaine, Pete, and Lauren in the trusted professional section of Divorced Girl Smiling at divorcedgirlsmiling.com. I was going to say investor, that's the name of their firm. And thank you so much for watching, everybody.
Thank you.